How is Britney doing now? What is she doing? What's happening for her right now? It's New Year's 2022. She's got to be feeling good. She's had her 40th birthday, which is a significant birthday for a lot of people. She's had some real difficulties that she's come through the other side in 2021. She was completely victorious in getting herself out of the conservatorship. What she stated she wanted to do in court on June, what was that, 23rd, that she wanted to get out of the conservatorship without any sort of examination. She just wanted it to end because they were basically practicing human trafficking on her. She achieved that goal in spades. She's very grateful to her fans, the Free Britney movement. I'm sure she's going to do lots of things to thank them for helping her. And for right now, this first reading, we just want to see what is going on for her right now. What is in the cards for Britney Spears? Okay, so let's just pick up our cards here. I'm going to lay out 10 cards, but I'm going to lay them in a little bit different spread so that I can get everything on the camera. Uh-oh. That last card is a surpriser. Okay, so her spread opens up with the Lovers. And we know that she's planning on getting married. We know that she wants to get married, and we know that she is very much in love with Sam Asghari. We're going to do a reading about him a little bit later. But right now, she's just so grateful for being in a supportive relationship and for being in the relationship she wants to be in and not in the relationship of the conservatorship. So that is her. That is her significator. And then the second card is her conscious thoughts. Britney is actually waiting for the next shoe to drop. She does not underestimate her father. She knows he's a terribly cruel man, and he is a man that will not stop until he gets what he wants. He doesn't really care what she wants. He wants what he wants, and so while she has vanquished her enemies for the moment, she does not for a moment underestimate their ability to wreak havoc on her life. So while she is enjoying all of this and she doesn't take it for granted, she is still worried that there's more to come in terms of retribution. And indeed we have the next card, which is her subconscious thoughts. She's worried about another tower moment. She is worried that somehow Lou Taylor and her father and all those other people, Sam, whatever his name was, she's afraid that they're all going to get together and come up with some other way of destroying her because they've tried so hard in the past to control her. And when that didn't work, she's just afraid that there's going to be big retribution. I'm not predicting that. I'm just saying these are her subconscious thoughts. Now, in the past, of course, there were people stealing from her, literally stealing from her. Her entire family was stealing from her under the terms of the conservatorship, but nevertheless, that was theft. And all the attorneys and all the experts, all the medical professionals, the conservatorship professionals, all the estate professionals, they were all basically stealing from her, and she was very, very upset about that. Now, in the short-term future, and I've said this in my astrology videos about Britney, she's going to do very well in 2022. She's the Queen of Pentacles. She's going to start right away making more money and being fertile. Now, fertile in many ways. So notice the rabbit in the bottom of the card. So she's the Queen of Pentacles. She very much knows how to make money, and that's what she's going to do on her terms. So look for Britney to think about having a child. That's one form of fertility. Get married. That's another form of fertility by forming a relationship, a legal and binding relationship with Sam Asghari, who's also incredibly creative. And then she's gonna look at creating new music that she controls that has nobody's name on it but hers. So she's going to start to put things in motion, and she will have business managers, but she will handpick them. And you can be sure that if she sniffs any bit of theft or corruption of any kind, or even cronyism of any kind, that she's going to stamp on that like stamping out a bunch of ants. She's a Sag, and her sense of justice has been riled up to the max. So she's not going to stand for any nonsense now. So this is her, the Queen of Pentacles, and she's going to revel in her power and ability, and she's not going to stand for any nonsense. And at the same time, she's going to be terribly, terribly creative in 2022. And then we come to her challenge. Her challenge is basically to hang on to or get back all of her money. And that's really a big thing. Now, this is a cup card, and usually for Britney, she's not worried about money because ever since she started performing, she's had money. Money is not the issue for her. Freedom is the issue for her. Freedom to create the way she wants, freedom to go where she wants to go, freedom to love who she wants to love, freedom to say what she wants to say. Freedom is everything for her as a Sagittarius. And plus, I believe she has Libra rising. Libras also care about justice. Libras are big advocates. They're big in the justice and criminal system because they care so deeply about everybody getting what's there. So her challenge is to get back what is hers. And that's, I think, what she's going to try to do. Now, the way they see themselves, she knows she should be grateful. She sees herself as having triumphed. She sees herself as a child of the sun, of the child of the universe. As she says on her Instagram all the time, wake up and pray. She prays every day. She's really, really trying to be grateful enough for what has happened to her, but also she's trying to emotionally cope with what's happened to her. And so she's shining the light of the sun on all that has happened to her. You can be sure that she has found her own therapists, and she's going through therapy, or she will be soon once she finishes, kind of reveling in the idea of being free. And then we have how others see them and the environment that she sits in. Well, we've known this for a while, haven't we? She is the star. She's the star. She's probably one of the biggest stars on the planet. And you can be sure she is not going to give up performing. It's in her. It's in her blood. It does make her extremely happy to perform and to make people happy. I've been thinking for a long time she's probably going to give a concert just for the Free Britney people, probably a free concert, and then she's going to go about the business of making money. Her hopes are that justice will be served and that she will get at least some of her money back. That's what she's really hoping. But the final outcome is the devil. And I think the devil really represents her father and all the things that he did to her. And I think she understands that some things just can't be undone. Some of the things that he did just can't be undone. And that's another reason she's going to be in therapy for a long time, but I think on her terms and the way she wants to do it. So let's pick an oracle card for her. I'm going to use the Mystic Sisters deck, which is a new deck for me, but I really think it's beautiful and I really like it. So let's take a look here. The only reason you're not seeing me shuffle, you're just hearing me shuffle, is because if I hold these cards out over here, I'm going to drop them all over the table. I'll try it a little bit. I have to be really careful. Yeah, that's it's hard. Anyway, let's pick a card for Britney. One beautiful thing about these cards is they fan beautifully. Okay. Okay, so let's look at this. This is the Dryads card. Beautiful card, right? The Dryads. Dryads, I believe, are tree spirits. Okay, let's see what they say about the Dryads. I have to use their little book because brand new deck to me, I don't really know. Oh yeah, keyword is wisdom and grounding. Dryads are female nature spirits who preside over groves and forests. Each tree in the forest has a dryad as a protector, and when a tree dies, its dryad guardian dies with it. When you walk through a forest or garden, and you know she loves her backyard garden, you may notice certain elemental beings or nature spirits call out to you to come closer, and other voices are forbidding and you naturally stay away. This is a high frequency form of communication that those who spend time in nature know very well. Spending time outdoors improves focus, reduces stress, and accelerates healing both physically and spiritually. This card is a reminder to get some fresh air, fall in love with a tree, bask under its shade, make a connection, and listen to the wisdom of the tree sisters. Now, I mentioned her backyard garden. That is a very manicured garden. It is nature of sorts, it's growing things, but it's very, very manicured. Britney is a fairy spirit, which is why I put out the fairy pyramid for her. She looks like a fairy. She looks like Tinkerbell come to life. And I think that the fairy and elemental spirits will gravitate more towards natural habitats like the ones in her Louisiana home or homes. So I think that is a big draw for Louisiana for her, because the nature in Louisiana allows the elementals and the fairy spirits to come to her more easily. Whereas in California, not so much. Now, she loves Hawaii. Hawaii is chock full of natural elementals and, there's a word for the fairies in Hawaii. I can't think of the name right now, but there are special fairies that reside in Hawaii that she probably is drawn to, and she said repeatedly that her favorite place to vacation is Hawaii. And it's probably because of these spirits and because she feels so free and natural there. So with the Dryads, at least if she has some nature around her in her home, she can call on this energy to protect her. These are protective spirits, and she has needed protection pretty much all her life from Big Daddy here. So unfortunately, she's gonna be great most of 2022, but I don't think that the issues with her dad are really going to go away. I do think she's still going to have to fight some legal battles with him and probably with Lou Taylor and any of those other management people, and that's gonna be kind of a dampening of 2022. But I think in general 2022 is going to be great. I just hope that she doesn't go back to performing until she has in place contracts and clauses and things that will cut out anybody in her family or her previous management team, so that they don't gain anything off of her new performing in 2022 and beyond. Okay, so that's what we see for Britney Spears for 2022.